Alright, how was it? How was your exercise from the previous video? I hope it went well, and now we're going to practice with a new question. So this one is going to be exactly like on the exam. You're going to read a passage, then you're going to listen to a professor talking about the same topic, then you will have 30 seconds to prepare your response, and then you will have 60 seconds to speak. Make as many notes as you can during the reading, during the listening, then improve your notes while you're preparing your response. Plan your response, how are you going to say everything, and then speak during 60 seconds. Have a voice recorder to record yourself, and then you can listen to it and see if you made any mistakes, if you like your answer or not, what needs to be improved. So do this exercise, it's very good for you to practice because the more you practice, the better becomes your speaking. Let's go.
Please listen carefully. In this question, you will read a short passage on an academic subject and then listen to part of a lecture on the same topic. You will then answer a question using information from both the reading passage and the lecture. After you hear the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. Read the passage about the transportation of agricultural goods. You have 45 seconds to read the passage. Begin reading now. Now listen to part of a lecture on this topic in a cultural geography class.
Today, I'd like to talk about a German landowner, Johann Heinrich von Thunen, who lived in the 17th century. After researching ways to make his estate more profitable, von Thunen developed a model of zones, represented by concentric rings to explain market forces. In the center is a city, an imaginary one, to represent the market. As I'm talking about these zones, keep in mind that we're talking about the days before refrigeration, electricity, and so on. Okay, so the first ring around the city represents the zone that includes dairy farming and such crops as fruit and vegetables. Milk and fresh produce tend to spoil and therefore have to reach the market quickly. The second ring is the wooded zone, used for growing timber. Logs are heavy to transport but necessary, both as a fuel and as a building material. The third ring is the grain zone. Wheat for bread is light and less perishable than fresh produce, so it can be grown further from the market. Next is the livestock zone. People can walk their cows or sheep to market. The livestock zone is the final one. The area beyond that zone is too far from the center to be considered for commercial farming. Now, interestingly, von Thunen's model is still applicable today in terms of transportation costs and the cost of land.
The professor describes a model of zones relevant for agricultural marketing. Explain how these zones are related to the costs of transportation. You may begin to prepare your response after the beep. Please begin speaking after the beep.